What's up, y'all? It's Colin Sexton. You checking into 3-point conversion. Hey, tune in.
Muted.
And those are things you can fix in one day. There were some in the, we had probably like a 6 or 7 minute stretch in the third quarter where I felt like we played better. Thought Terry, played well. But we just got to be so that, right now we just give so many possessions away, and against any team in this league, that's the name of the game.
Giving possessions away, are you talking about the turnovers? Is it a shot?
Oh, I'm saying it's a missed coverage. It's a poor technique on a closeout. It's a missed screen. It's, obviously to win big in this league. I mean, you gotta execute on every fundamental and everything that you're doing, and it's preseason. I thought, listen, there were some things again, I've got it's obviously difficult because we're missing a couple guys here who will be in the playing group. But for Friday, I've got to just definitely look in so we're going to have to sub differently, because really the same thing happened tonight in many ways that happened the other night. The starters were actually right there, when we broke the lineup, that's when, things went downhill quickly. So, I got to look at that, obviously.
You mentioned defense. So Mike, again, their size, you guys a little bit trouble inside. What about that? What do you see there?
Yeah, I mean, without watching the film, I would say that it started, though, we don't get our defense set. We just don't, we don't run back. So, last year we were 27th in transition points allowed. It makes it hard, right? It's been something that we've worked on, throughout camp, and it's a habit that you have to have. I mean, we're going to have to be able to miss shot, think you get fouled. A teammate misses a shot, you think you should have had the ball. You got to run back, because when you give up that many easy baskets, it's hard to win it night in and night out, And tonight, now you think about it, in the first half, and this is without watching the film, I'm going to say there were 4 times they threw the ball up the court behind us after dead balls, So those are things that just, it can't happen. I mean, the start of your defense, and then to me, the other part that was a concern coming in, it was 2 things: just keeping the ball out of the paint, and then the defensive rebounding, and we did none of those tonight. I mean, I think they had, I don't know what the points in the paint were. Yes, I'm saying, I mean, they had 44, I think, in the second quarter. And in the first half, they didn't make many threes. I don't believe. It was all, again, separation, mostly technique, poor body position, letting guys cut freely, play freely with the ball, And again, those are things that we can fix quickly.
Steve, I think you guys have like 33 assists in these 2 preseason games. Is the ball sticking or?
Oh yeah, I think for sure. But again, is the thing that we spent the most time we're not doing, and that's so. One of the areas the offense was so good last year, but one of the areas that they struggled is we were 28th in running after makes, and again right now it's the biggest problem, because we're totally disorganized. And that's where, again, like the other teams have scored in these 2 games. So we're running after makes a lot. And we're not going to change that. If we're going to be really good, we're going to be a running team. But we have to be more organized, and obviously after makes, it takes more organization than misses or steals, So, we're just not, just not committed enough to it, not disciplined enough. And that's my responsibility, but it's got to be fixed. because that's how we're going to play. You know, I just told him it's not like we're going to change it. This is a roster that's made to run. But we've got to be more disciplined about the way we do it.
LaMelo seemed like he didn't settle for shots tonight. Seemed like he got to put a little bit more into the paint. Is that something to talk about in terms of making sure he got a little bit more to shoot?
Yeah, but to me, again, that's a team thing, because I don't see how there's anybody that will keep him out of the paint early in possessions if we'll run the floor the way we're supposed to. And that's what we're not doing. You know, we're just, we're good off steals. We're fine off misses. When the ball goes through the basket, you know, we just, you know, again, we're just, and it's not hard stuff. You know, you've got rules, you got to live by those rules. And we're not consistent. That's where you get the gaps ahead of the ball. Him, Terry, Gordon Hayward, Book, Kelly, those guys will be in the paint, especially him. So I think the more we run the floor early, the more he's going to live in the paint.
Did you mention Book as well? He's come off the bench last couple of games here. First, I know Cole's not around, so is Gordon. What did you see from him? What do you like from him off the bench so early for you guys? I'm
high on him. Listen, you can say it. I mean, it's been a struggle for him these 2 games. Okay, he was hurt all summer. He didn't get to do a lot. Obviously, he didn't play a ton for his first year. And I told him at the bench at the end of the game, because he's just someone, they're going to have to go through this, these guys. I mean, there's not many guys that come into this league and can play well right away. You know, Melo did. There's not many guys that do that. And so in many ways, Book hasn't played many minutes. He's got to find a way to play. He's got real talent. I mean, real talent. Like, I'm talking like starters talent. You know, it's easy for people to say this guy's good, that guy's good. And the other thing I'll say about him that's different is I want to say this the right way, because I was getting in trouble for saying this stuff, but you know, he delivered in college. You know, he was drafted on 2 things. It was you know, potential, but also performance. You know, with the way we do it now, and this is every team, is you draft now on potential. You know, so a lot of these young guys, everybody's saying, why aren't they playing? Look at their college stats. You know, they're going to be good players potentially. They haven't played well yet anywhere. He has. You know, I mean, that guy was a great player in college. And to me, it makes a big difference when you're watching him play, because when he scores 12 points, he wants 20. You know, a lot of the other guys, and I'm talking league wide now, is, you know, look, when I first got in the NBA, I remember sitting in the Knicks thing, and they would say, well, how can he be that good if his college team didn't win? Well, we don't live in that world anymore. You know, all these guys are coming out against 1 year. You got guys a lot. Every team has 1, 2 guys who drafted first, second round, didn't even start on their college teams, and their college teams weren't even that good. So they're going to be good potentially, but they've never played well. He is not that. He's played well. He was a terrific, terrific college player. So I think he's a little bit different than a lot of these guys throughout the league.
Last one, Steve, because we got Mason coming in.
Oh, yeah, Steve, you know, just what are you thinking your balance is going to be between trying to get these younger guys, you know, more NBA experience, yet, you know, being competitive, playing, you know, you're more experienced.
Well, I think, see, I think there's a number of them that can play and will be fine. You know, it's harder right now because, look, the way I'm doing it, and this is, you know, maybe it's not smart, but I want to see those starting guys play together. That's what I'm doing is. But one of the problems for all the young guys is they're playing with the other younger guys. So they're not out there with Melo and Terry or Melo and Gordon, you know, like that. And it makes it much harder. You know, it's not that they're not good. You know, like the team that they put on the floor tonight, those guys are much more experienced than those guys are. So I think you have to be careful in evaluating that stuff. I think that I think there's a bunch of guys on this team who are good enough to be in the rotation for a good team, a bunch of them. And it's going to play out, and you're going to have to be patient with some of them. But I mean, I could make you could go right down the lineup, and, you know, I'm not usually like this. I could make an argument for every guy. Now, some of those guys are you know, quite a bit ahead of the other guys. But all of them I can look at and say, if he works hard, has the right attitude, you know, whether it's here this year, Greensboro, or whatever it is, he's got a chance to be pretty good.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.